And welcome back. As the weather warms up, motorcycles become increasingly popular modes of transportation. We've got joining us now talking about Airbag Save, a national safety campaign aimed at raising awareness about innovative solutions in motorcycle safety, as well as sharing tips for safer riding experiences. We've got the president at Cycle Gear, Stevan Popovich. And Stevan, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me today.
It's a lot of things, but it's actually also Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month, and it's a pleasure to have you. I'm a Cycle Gear customer, by the way. I want to let you know. Talk to us a
Oh,
little.
nice.
Yes, yes, yes. So listen, I want to talk to you about this here, safety awareness, and let's talk about this.
Yeah, let's go.
So when we talk about safety awareness, I really want to get an opportunity to hear from you. What is it that you want riders and people to know, particularly in this season as the weather begins to warm up? We're getting excited about getting our bikes and hitting the road.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, at Cycle Gear, we love to say three things for sure. Be present, be ready to ride, be in the right state of mind. Two, follow the rules of the road. I spent plenty of time in the Upper West Side of Manhattan, making sure that I kept myself safe and clear. People following the roads, they can be distracted drivers at sometimes. Then for sure, wear protective gear. I think making sure that you're covered from head to toe and taking the risk out where you can is important for all the riding community.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the new national safety campaign that you have, and that's called Airbag Save. And for people who may not be so familiar with it, what is Airbag Save about?
Sure, it's a multi-year campaign around airbag technology. So what we really wanted to do was make public awareness around this technology. For the past 20 years, it's been in varying stages of development. Over the last 10, it's really progressed. It's used at the highest level of motorcycle racing. Riders that were once, far worse off at a high-speed crash, 150, 200 miles an hour, are now walking away. So for us, it's really to let people know. I think the advancements in technology in all sports has changed over the years. And for us, we really wanted to get this out there, not only for the riders that might not be aware, but for the families and loved ones to promote it as well.
We hear about cars with airbags. Somebody watching right now says a motorcycle with an airbag. How does that work with motorcycles and airbags?
Yeah, you can see one to my right. It's a vest. It's something that the rider wears. I think it's really important to know it's not a contraption on the motorcycle. So it's a very unobtrusive piece of gear, similar to wearing a helmet, similar to wearing a helmet on a bicycle. Once you wear it for a couple of minutes, you forget that it's there. Two, it protects the entire torso, so front and back, reducing impacts up to 93%. There's a couple different options out there. There's a tethered version, which if you were to exit the motorcycle, would pull like a ripcord and deploy. The second is powered by a computer algorithm that's continually monitoring the rider about 1,000 times a second. Deploys in 23 milliseconds. It has predictive technology in it. In the event that an accident probably is going to go off before it will go off before the rider's even aware that they're in danger.
Yeah. So somebody's saying something's worn under the jacket.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's worn under the jacket. It could be worn under the vest. It could be worn under a riding shirt to make your ride safe, and you're cruising up there to Bear Mountain on a nice Saturday morning.
Yeah. So I want to talk about those who are watching cycle riders because there's a certain amount of apprehension when you've got family members out there. They're concerned about, oh my God, my loved one's on a bike. We know about bicycle accidents. We know that these things happen. For a family member that might be watching right now, how do we ease that burden for them?
Well, I mean, in some of the surveys we've done, it's clear that people are worried. Loved ones are worried. My wife's a medical professional. I'm worried about my kid driving a car. But I think what we found is when we start to educate the consumer on the level of technology that increases safety to the degree that it can today, the risk is mitigated to a degree I think people aren't aware of. So part of this is to educate the consumer, the families, the friends that, yeah, there is inherent risk in a lot of things that we do. But with this technology, we can greatly reduce the risk and impact of injuries in the event of a crash.
Yeah. Stevan, I want to take a moment for our viewers and somebody out there may be watching and saying, listen, when it comes to cycle gear, honestly, what are the things that people should be wearing as they're on their bicycle so that way they can maximize the best possible safety for their ride?
Sure. So I think everything from head to toe. We think everyone, when they get on a motorcycle, part of this campaign is not just about airbags and airbags, how they can, reduce risk, but at the same time, helmets, jackets, pants, gloves, and boots, all the things that are, available to the rider today are designed to withstand impact, designed to have abrasion resistant We love to say prepare for the slide, not just the ride, just in case something does happen. So we like to have people covered, all the gear all the time when you get on a motorcycle.
We hear a lot of, I've been through this before where we have this question about design and helmet design. A lot of people are looking for a specific design when it comes to the helmet, but aside from design, there's also that safety component. What should a person be looking for other than a really cool design for a helmet? Because there's a lot of great cool design helmets, but they're really not safe.
Well, that is a fact. I think making sure that the product is bought from a retailer that actually has appropriate technology, the right certifications. Now, it is motorcycling. I love a cool graphic on a helmet, but the thing that I think a lot of people overlook is fit. You want to make sure that the product fits you right. That goes for jackets, pants, boots, and gloves, but helmets in particular. You can get a cool graphic that's safe. Helmets range from $150, $200 all the way up to $1,500 to $3,000. But going in to make sure that you have the proper fit, making sure that you have the right level of DOT certification and/or racing certification if you're out there on a racetrack.
Yeah. And as time has progressed down through the years, obviously you have to say a lot of progression has been made in the area of motorcycle safety, where there are a lot more resources out there. There's a lot more product out there to be able to help that rider to have a more comfortable experience in the event of emergency.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, the technology is incredible. I mean, if you go buy a standard pair of jeans or jacket, denim jacket at the regular store, they're not designed to withstand the level of impact or abrasion that the technology that's in our products and the products that we sell have embedded in them. So Kevlar reinforcement, extra stitching, knee and elbow protection to reduce impacted joints. It's really changed, and it's comfortable. It's not like putting on a cardboard box. It's really comfortable product, and the level of textile technology is really blown up the past 15 years to keep the rider safe, cool, and comfortable. We don't think there's any reason we can't find something for every rider out there.
Yeah. What's the biggest thing that surprised you about, this new technology? I mean, the airbag for me is pretty huge and pretty major.
Sure. Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, I would say a decade ago, I got to try on one of the first tethered options with a company out of Europe, and it was really impressive. And I wore it around the city. I was in Paris visiting a manufacturer and wore it around the city, forgot I even had it on, had it tested and deployed. And again, as you can see the one to my right, it's really unobtrusive. I mean, it's similar to putting on a pair of pants or a regular jacket. You don't realize it's there. It's just that extra level of safety, knowing that in the event that you do have this thing, obviously the hope is that you never have to use it. But the peace of mind of, knowing you have a good helmet on, knowing you have this extra layer of barrier of protection, I think is really exciting for the industry and exciting for the riding community.
Yeah. Final words before we go. What do you want people to know?
Yeah, come and check us out. We'd love to see you. We want people to see it in action. You go to cyclegear.com/airbags. We have 165 locations around the country. We have some in New York and North Jersey. We have a lot of gear experts and pros trained to educate you on it, try it on, and learn a little bit more about it.
All right. Well, Stevan, it's been great talking to you, and it's good to meet you in person. Thank you for taking the time and sharing with us as we talk about Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month. Glad to have you here with us, Stevan Popovich, who is the president at Cycle Gear.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. All right, now for more information, visit the website at cyclegear.com/airbags. Don't go anywhere. We got more coming up right after this.